Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 1. Guys, let's begin this Season 5. If you don't know it, I'm binge watching all of My Hero Academia, all of the seasons, but also all of the OVAs, all of the movies. And the last time that I saw you for something about My Hero Academia, it was for the movie Heroes Rising, and I want to talk about it during this intro because clearly this movie, I edited it only yesterday, and really this movie was amazing. Like, it was so great, it was really impressive. The fights, like truly the fights were amazing, and the final fight with Bakugo and Deku having, you know, the same quirks at the same time to use them, you know, against Nine, who is like the master, you know, to have one for all against all for one, you know, these two quirks against each other, and to really have Bakugo and Deku being the same during some moments and looking the same and fighting together. Like, all of the things about the fact that they should fight together, that they are representing what a true hero is together, because one wants to save, one wants to fight the villains. In fact, they want also the other thing, but not as much. And also the fact that together they can do great things. We had it finally on screen, being represented on screen, and that was impressive, that was amazing, even if during that moment I was totally lost, because really, first step, I thought that Bakugo was giving his power, his quirk, to Deku because of the fact that earlier during the movie we had Nine saying that Deku can have more than one quirk, and that was a true reveal for me. So when that, you know, it happened at the end, I was like, that's it, Bakugo is giving his quirk. So I was beginning to be really proud of Bakugo, the fact that he could give up on his quirk, he could make that sacrifice, you know, to win against that villain. I was already beginning, you know, to be proud of him that much and all, and then I understood that both of them, they had the same quirks at the same time. I was like, that's it. In fact, they merged, and all of what All Might said about the fact that they're gonna win together, in fact, it means that we're gonna have two All Mights, you know, two persons like that, and that's why since the beginning we had them fighting to be the best ones, but in fact, they're gonna be the best ones together, and it's only, you know, after Deku giving his last smash, I didn't think that it was his last match. It was really with the representation of the flame, you know, fading like that, that I understood that in fact Deku gave his quirk to Bakugo during that moment. He was okay to make that sacrifice, you know what I thought of Bakugo. Like, Deku was okay to do it, to give it to Bakugo, also what it means to give it to Bakugo, you know, to trust him that much, because they are the same, because he knows that Bakugo admires All Might also, all of what it means also, and that Bakugo accepted it, that Bakugo saw that during that moment Deku was okay to do that he was that great, you know, that he was okay to make that sacrifice. I loved it so much. All of that, you know, I loved it so much, and for me it means so much for their relationship, for everything about it. But I saw during the editing that little moment with, in fact, Deku saying that Bakugo doesn't remember it. And it's a little breaking my heart, because really, for me, I would have wanted for Bakugo to remember all of that, because I truly think that all of what happened right there means so much for both of them, but also so much for their relationship and for the level, you know, of trust that they can have in each other. So I'm a little disappointed about it, but still, all of the fights that they did together before that, and all of the things that they said to each other, and the trust that they put in each other before that, was already really important, really meaningful. So that's why I want consequences about it on this new season. Like, you can't begin things like nothing happened. For me, for what I understood, the movie really happened between the season 4 and the season 5, in comparison of the first movie, which was happening later during the season, something like that. Right there, it really happened between the seasons, so we should have consequences for this season 5. And the main one, and maybe the only one that we're gonna have, that I want to have, it's really something for the relationship between Bakugo and Deku, because for me this movie was about them, the message of this movie was about them, the conclusion of this movie was about them, and I'm really seeing them together. I loved it so much. I loved it so fucking much, this movie. And you know, for what is gonna happen during this season 5, I think that we're gonna explore a lot more the quirks, you know, all for one and one for all. Really, the background of these quirks, I think that we're gonna go deeper with that. We're gonna know more about that, at least with how we finished the last season, with that nightmare, that thing that Deku had. I think that it was a teaser for that. And for the rest, the students, they're gonna continue to study, to train. The provisional licenses, we didn't have news about it, but it seems that Bakugo and Todoroki, they have it, that's it. And yes, we're gonna have more also, I think, about Andover and his relationship with Todoroki. Already, you know what happened with Andover, that fight. Todoroki was so afraid, was relieved, was proud of his father, but at the same time he was disturbed by these feelings and he was conflicted about these feelings. So I want more. In fact, I want more. What we had was really cool, interesting and all, but it's not gonna be enough for Andover, for his character, for all of this redemption arc, for all of this relationship with his son. Like, I want really more to have the impression that it's done, you know, like I can give him that redemption card to Andover. It's gonna take more time, it's gonna take more actions, and it's gonna take, at some point, an apology, a real one. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now. Let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which you can have this episode for My Hero Academia earlier with 2 weeks of advance, because they have on my Patreon 4 videos of advance. It's really a lot. And they have extended reaction part and full reaction part for the big episodes. Extended reaction part are already interesting because I'm not forced to cut that much. And for example, for the movie, it's 40 minutes longer. So it's really a lot more interesting videos on my Patreon. It's really the versions that I wanted to share with you guys. And I'm sorry for the versions that you have on YouTube. I'm fighting a lot, you know, for you guys to still have that on YouTube. So if you appreciate my videos on YouTube, you can like, you can subscribe, you can comment, and that's a good way to help me, to support me. And if you can, if you want, you have also my Patreon. It's really the best way to support me, but only if you want and if you can. Let's go for this episode. For the beginning of this season 5, it's the only episode of My Hero Academia that I'm gonna watch today. After that, I have 2 episodes of another anime to watch. Okay, so we're just after the end of the season 4. So the movie is gonna happen when? Ox, you were a good help during that moment, but you saw it. I have trouble to fully trust the guy. I don't know why. Like you're saying goodbye to your old self. I get it, and I love the symbol, but I'm gonna need more. This fight was really amazing. I'm sure you loved it. Todoroki? It's more complicated. He's proud for sure, but is it gonna repair everything? Suddenly he's gonna love his dad? You never had some trauma in your life if you're thinking like that. Yeah. Ah! Like always. I love a lot the musical theme, you know, for the class when they're on a mission together. We're gonna have a presentation for each of them again? Okay. I would want more of him. You know what the wolf is said during the movie about the fact that maybe he was bullied as a kid? It made me think. Momo! She's the best. No, she's not. You know, I'm thinking of Ochako, Tsu, all of them. I love them so much. Mineta. Even you, Mineta, I love you. Bakugo, Kirishima and Kaminari together. The A-team again. Todoroki. I remember none of their nicknames, you know, hero names. Like Froppy. No, it's gonna be Tsu forever. Mirio! You're helping like that? I want him to be back in his class. Maybe not his class, not the hero course, but another class. Mineta and Tsu. It can make him bleed. Each time it hurts to see him like that. She's so cool, Tsu. Ashido, Ochako, Zero. Yes, I know their names. I really appreciate his quirk now because I saw how useful it can be also to save his friends, you know. She's a cool girl. Aoyama, fake French guy. I love him now also. He's so caring. Someone? I love him! His attitude and all. He's always so nervous. So shy. I love you so much. No villain would talk like that. She has number 1, he had number 2. I think that we're gonna have more than these two. It is it on purpose. I think so. The fact that they have numbers on them. Ah, you're right. We didn't hear. Maybe it's a little weird, but one day I hope that we're gonna see her. And for sure I want to see her background, you know, as a kid and all. For sure it was difficult. You know, for me, if she's a cool girl, he's a cool guy. Ojiro. You would never talk like that to a villain. It's not gonna be as nice as you. Kirishima! He's really my boy, like, I love him so much. Kaminari. And Bakugo. He never decided his name? His hero name? I think that people are gonna decide it for him, you know. At some point, he's doing so many stuff, people are already naming him as they want. Not sure. Yes, the numbers and all for me. For you it's because of that. But for me it's really about that number thing, like... It was truly finished? 19? Huh? Huh? That's Andover? I saw it also. Oh, what about your face, your hair? He looks like he lost some years, you know? Dabi. We had that at the beginning of the movie. There are two quirks against each other. It looks so great. Eh? I was fucking right! I'm not gonna watch the preview. I was fucking right to suspect him. I was fucking right to know that something is wrong with the guy with hawks. Oh, I'm glad. I'm so glad. Not that the guy is a rat or something like that, because I'm not so sure of it. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna come back to it later. But I'm so glad that my instinct, you know, is still right on point about people, about telling me when someone has a bad vibe, you know, as something which is not that great, you know, something is going on. I'm not saying that he's a villain and I'm not saying that he's a rat because maybe it's something different. Like, I'm not forgetting that right there he really helped Andover and it was really useful, that during the movie, okay, at some point what he said, same, I had that suspicion, and when they released, you know, 9 at the beginning, the first scene, he didn't intervene, you know, he was there after it, that was weird, but no matter what at the end, he interrogated, you know, the dad, and he knew that something was happening on that island and he wants to save them, so he's helping. He's really helping, he's really fighting these villains, he's really saving our guys. So I don't think that he's a villain. Maybe a rat situation, or maybe just right there he's meeting Dabi for making a deal because Dabi is threatening him of something. Right there Dabi was facing Andover and Ox, and maybe during that moment, I don't know, like Dabi threatened to attack them and he could have really win easily, so Ox accepted to see him later. Do you understand what I mean? I don't want to think that he's a full villain, he's a full rat or anything like that, because he still gave me things to believe that he's on the right side. So something is going on, something bad. Not everything is okay with the character, and I'm glad that I was right about it, but it's not that clear, you know, for me who he is, like, you know, what role he's gonna play. Andover looking like that, it's surprising me, like really I have the impression that he lost entire years. His hair are different, his face is different, he looks more human, you know, I don't know how to say it. The fact that he didn't make, you know, the same, I mean, he didn't use the same arm, but he made the same move than All Might, so he's a number 1, but he's not All Might, or really he's out of it. Okay for that. Andover is really hurt, still into the hospital, it's okay, it's logical. All of this episode, it was really a recap of what happened before with Andover fighting this Nomu, with also how Todoroki reacted, the fact that he's proud of his dad, but it's more complicated than that. Again, it's not gonna repair all of what happened to him, it's not gonna repair all of what Andover did to him and to his entire family. It's not gonna be suddenly, I love my dad, I'm gonna follow him blindly and stuff like that. No! It can't be, I don't want that. And it's gonna be interesting, I think, to continue to follow Andover and his relationship with Todoroki. Really that thing about burning that Nomu like he's burning his old self, that's interesting also, you know, the symbolic of that. And it has been some episodes that Andover is saying that he wants to change. But you know me, I can give second chance to people as long as they paid for their mistakes, they are saying that they are sorry, and they are doing things really to change. For now, okay, he's doing things truly to change, but he never said sorry to Todoroki, to his family, to his former wife, you know. I am not sure that I can consider that he paid for his mistake. You can say that he paid for it because he was never the number 1 and because he's all by himself, and we can think that he has really a sad, bad life. I don't know. But the fact that we're beginning the episode with that entire recap of that fight, it's to say that that's gonna be something important for the entire season. This entire episode was a recap of all of our guys, our students, all of their quirks, their hero names, their attitudes, things like that. It was cool. They succeeded, it was even cooler. Mirio is helping, but is he truly back, you know, into the school, into his class, or maybe another one? That's what I want. I understand that after losing his quirk, he needs time to return to school. That's what he said before during the season 4. But I want for him to come back. It's not because he has no quirk that he can't be an hero, clearly. Here he is. at this school now. We're gonna see her during this season. It's gonna be cool to see also this little girl growing up, discovering life. That's gonna be so cool. Okay, this episode was a full recap, was fun. The most interesting thing, it's really about Andover being a big part of this new season, and that thing about Dabi and Hawks meeting like that at the end. But for what reason, we can't know it for sure. Okay, I will see you on a new session of binge watching for My Hero Academia, because today I'm gonna watch 2 episodes of Vinland Saga now. So for My Hero Academia for today, it's all. So it's all for you for this video and for today. So it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Great.